Howdy folks, thank you so much for joining the video. Just as the title suggests, this video is going to have huge spoilers for God of War Ragnarok, okay? So if you haven't played the game yet, or you haven't seen the ending, and you don't want anything to be spoiled, please just click off the video and then come back another time. I am a massive God of War fan, okay? I absolutely love each and every single game, and the ending is just incredible with this, and I just want to talk all the spoilers and everything about it, and just how well built the game is, okay? So first of all, that ending was just insane. Eventually, kind of like Thor gets the, he's fighting Kratos, and then Kratos is kind of like, oh no, we need to be better for our children, boy. And then Thor's like, oh, you're so right, Kratos. And then he turns on Odin, who's Thor's dad, and then he goes to strike Odin, and Odin just like, he literally stabs Thor like straight to the heart. You're like, oh no! And then Freya, Atreus, and Kratos all team up, and then you just obliterate Odin. Now, for me, that final boss fight, it was, to be honest with you, it was a tiny bit underwhelming, but I'm not sure it was just because I did all the side quests and I was like, basically maxed out before I got to that point. It was quite a tough fight, granted, but I feel like they could have made it more. But still, the transitions of the cinematics between the fights, and it kind of has like a 3-stage approach, was just incredible. And then whenever you end the fight down in his basement where him and Atreus have been doing all that thing with that world tear, I thought it was epic. It literally is so good, and I love the team up between Freya, Atreus, and Kratos. The way that they just absolutely obliterated Odin was just mind blowing and insane. So yeah, the ending was really good, and then I like it how afterwards you have Kratos finally realizing that Atreus is actually grown up now, and he can make decisions, and Kratos realizes that he needs to let Atreus make them decisions because he's not a kid anymore. All right, he knows exactly what he's doing. So Atreus captures Odin's soul in one of their marbles, and basically they're not sure where, and then he gives it to Freya to basically give her the choice of what to do with it, and then Sindri just comes along, boom, absolutely destroys the marble, and he's just like, yeah, fuck you, Odin. It's so good, and it's a great bit of revenge for Brock. Because for those who didn't know, Odin killed Brock. And that turn around as well, at that point earlier in the game when actually Tyr turns out to be Odin the whole time. Wow, that reveal, I didn't even see it coming, and I went through every piece of this game like a fine toothpick, and that reveal was just insane, and I love what the writers and stuff have done here is just so good. I really love the relationship and the development of both Kratos's and Atreus's characters from God of War 2018 to God of War Ragnarok. God of War 2018, you have Atreus just being, he's basically like he's just like a companion that's not very useful, and he's just really annoying. He's kind of like Navi from Legend of Zelda series. He's just kind of there, and he's really annoying. But then in this one, he's actually really helpful, and the sections where you get to play as Atreus, it really made me build a relationship as a player with Atreus, because I didn't like Atreus in God of War 2018. Now I love Atreus. So that was really cool. And even when you beat the game, so you head back, you kind of get, oh that's right, because someone's about to explode, and then Atreus kind of pushes Kratos, and you're like, oh no, what's happened? Like, is Atreus sacrifice himself? But actually what happened, he just kind of has been kind of knocked out, and then you end up back at the camp with all the characters that you've built a relationship with over the time, and then the credits roll as you're walking as Atreus to go and find Kratos, because everyone's, oh, Kratos is looking for you, Dad's looking for you, and that's really cool, because then you see Thrude, her mum, I can't remember the name, it's totally gone from me. No, I can't remember. You see her, you see all the companions you've seen throughout. So you see Freya, you see the big wolf that's now yours. Also Arabella's there, which was amazing. Oh no, Agraboda, she's there, that's her name. Totally got her name wrong. But that was really cool. And then you get to go back playing as Kratos, and then him and Atreus kind of talk about what's going on. Atreus is like, I need to go and do giant stuff, and now because Kratos trusts him, he's like, yeah, no problem, basically you know where I am if I need you. and then Freya is kind of like, all right, Kratos, let's team up now because we're friends now, and this is how we do things. So that was really good. After the credits have rolled, it then, it's, oh, your post game now. There might still be some stuff that you need to do. I'd basically done everything before, but some of the stuff doesn't unlock until you've done the story. And the post game, there's some really awesome stuff that opens up. So there's the Hell Tears to close, which is really cool. So if you go back to Niflheim, which is where the World Tree is, there's a really cool bit where whenever Asgard got destroyed, there's pieces of Asgard like all over the map basically. But if you go there is a new route that's basically, it's like a bridge. It's a new route that's opened up, and it's an Asgardian prison, right? You go into the Asgardian prison. There's like loads of enemies to fight. You kill all them. You get to the bottom, and the real Tyr is down in the cell, and it's so cool because Kratos opens the prison cell, and then Tyr is just kind of there, and he's like, oh, like who? And he's kind of like chatting and stuff, and you can see like Kratos and Freya, or straight away they're like, wait, but are you Odin still, or like what's happening? And they like have a conversation. It's really cool to see them actually meet, and Tyr's actually a really nice guy, and he actually says he's like, what is your name? And Kratos is like, I'm Kratos, and he's like, I've heard that name before. So you can tell this is the real Tyr straight away because he's obviously travelled like all the realms, including obviously Greece, if he's heard Kratos' name. So that was a really nice little touch there. And there's a sneaky little thing that if you pay attention I play with the subtitles on just so I don't miss stuff. But whenever Odin is, being Tyr throughout basically the majority of the game, you'll notice that his name is just spelled like Tyr. But whenever you actually find the real Tyr in the prison cell, it's spelled T''YR, as I believe the actual spelling is from like Norse mythology and stuff. So that was a really nice touch. And then once you see him down in the cell, whenever you go to each different realm, each of the 9 realms that you can visit still, you'll find Tyr just kind of out and about, just doing stuff, and you can go and talk to him and do things like that, which I thought was really awesome. So massive like props to Santa Monica Studio for doing that, because that was amazing. Also as well, another post-game thing I really liked was if you go to, I think it's Alfheim, you can see Thrud, who's Thor's daughter. Melonia's there, the hammer, and she basically just picks it up and flies away, which kind of like sets that up for, well, what's going to happen to her? Is she now like gonna, are we going to place her in a new game, or is there going to be like a bit of like side questing there as her maybe in a future game, which would be really awesome. And then as well, if you go to Jotunheim, you find Agraboda there, and Kratos basically speaks to her, and they have a conversation, and again, it's really awesome to see them kind of give the human side of Kratos, because they're talking about something, and they're basically saying how all the giants are kind of like, they have an artistic flair, and Agraboda says to Kratos like something similar to like, oh yeah, I'm trying to get Atreus to do this, and I tell him he needs to focus more, and Kratos just chuckles, and he's like, I like you, and it's just really funny. So yeah, the whole game is amazing, and the post game boss fights, I think you can do them. Well, definitely one you can. So you've got the Berserker fights throughout the whole of God of War Ragnarok. The final Berserker is an absolute machine of an undead guy. It is literally crazy. He took me about an hour to defeat. I was raging so much, but again, really good fight. It puts all that you've learned into to the test, like big time. And he does like a really cheap bit at the end where he just uses tons of Bifrost, which can absolutely obliterate you. And also as well, the final Valkyrie Queen, I think it's pronounced, it's Na or Gnar. But yeah, she's a really tough fight, and again, took me about an hour to defeat her. And that was really awesome as well when toward the end, you know, when you beat her in the fight, Kratos like grabs her by the wings and he's like do it, Freya. And then Freya like kind of is going to spare her, basically, the Valkyrie. And then the Valkyrie just kind of like accepts defeat, and she's like, do it, my queen. And then Freya slices her head off. And it's awesome. So she's found in Misselfheim, however you say it, the fiery place. Yeah, she's found in there, and that again is a really good fight at the end. And yeah, I think to wrap it up, I mean, I just need to let you guys know that I've now platinumed the game. I platinum trophied it. I think it was 46 hours and 40 minutes. The best 46 hours and 40 minutes of my life, without a doubt. It's just an incredible game. A massive 10 out of 10 from me. And at some point I would like to stream or do some YouTube videos of the Give Me God of War difficulty. But I'm going to see if they do a new Game Plus, because I remember with God of War 2018, when they did the new Game Plus, it made Give Me God of War difficulty a lot easier. But maybe I should start from the beginning. We'll see how that goes. Oh yeah, one more note for the poems. So one of the trophies is to collect like all the artifacts and stuff. Now some of the artifacts are actually poems, and a friend actually pointed this out to me, and I was like, oh my god, no way! Like I read the first few poems, but I didn't think about it, and then because I was too busy like, you know, ripping monsters in half and stuff, I couldn't be bothered. I couldn't read the poems. I couldn't be bothered. But whenever I read through the poems, and there's little pictures on the side, they're actually nods to other like games and PlayStation exclusives. The ones that I saw in there was Horizon Zero Dawn, Ratchet and Clank, Uncharted, The Last of Us, and I'll put some up on the screen now, hopefully, and I hope that you get them as well, because I thought that was a really nice little detailed touch they put in there, and they didn't have to do that, but that's for all us nerds, and that was amazing. So yeah, that's basically my all-round kind of spoiler hype thing, what I think about the game. If you do want to see that, them Twitch streams or YouTube videos on Give Me God of War difficulty, just let me know in the comments, you know, send me a message on all my socials and stuff. And as well, you know, if you've got any thoughts or anything that I didn't sort of discuss throughout this that you loved about the game, or you know, have you played it? Are you gonna play it? Just let me know down in the comments below. And if you could like and subscribe to the channel, it would absolutely help me greatly, because I'm really trying to grow this YouTube channel right now. But yeah, thanks so much for listening, guys. Thanks for coming to the video. I hope you've enjoyed me just waffling on about my fanboy ness of God of War, because I love it so much. I try and do this in the style of Kratos, okay? I can't get my voice deep enough, so I'm just going to do it. As always, guys, I've been Gigantor. You guys have been absolute heroes. Have a great day. Look after yourself. I'll see you next time. Love you, bye.